Hey, 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 what's up? First of all, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Okay, let's introduce yourself for those who might not know who you are.
Butch 2.
Stu. Uh,
Butch 2, formerly Fantastic Partners. I now represent the Graffiti Nation. Graffiti Nation, in my heart, is everybody.
Okay,
Like Vaughn does the everybody under one umbrella. It's like that. It's the Graph Nation.
okay, okay. So what boroughs and neighborhood are you from?
I'm from, originally, I was born in the Claremont section, 3rd Avenue. 3rd Avenue L, Claremont Parkway.
Is that the Bronx or?
Yes, that's the Bronx.
Okay. What was it like growing up in the Bronx as a kid around this time?
School. I based pretty much school, sports, basketball and softball was big, and neighborhoods, tag, ring alivio. It was fun. It was pretty much fun.
Okay. What kind of activities were you into as a kid?
Uh, like I said, neighborhood. You had your buddies. You ran around the neighborhood. We built skateboards, and over there on Third Avenue, I think the block over it might be Washington Avenue. There was a hill that goes down to PS 55, Park Avenue. It's a hill, and I think our all of our excitement was centered around that hill. We built skateboards. We built the little skateboards, and just we did the hill. We did the hill in the snow. Uh, today it's called the 169th Webster and all that. That's where I grew up.
Okay. Was you into art as a kid?
Yeah, I think I started like pretty much with the comic book superheroes and shit. Spider Man,
Okay.
Superman, and all that. Yeah.
Um, when did you first notice in the writing on the walls or the trains?
Uh, Later, because it wasn't uh, forward. It wasn't just flashy, but after a while, you start noticing the same thing over and over and over. You be in the damnedest places. I could be in the bathroom at McDonald's and see somebody's name, and you might just laugh at it. Jesus saves, but then now you're on the bus downtown and you see Jesus saves, and that's when it starts taking. Now you're reading graph and you start seeing different names that are repetitive. And that just kind of inspired you to create your own.
Okay, who were some of these names you seen up around before you got involved in graffiti?
Um, Back as a kid, it was probably. I go back to as a kid. The Ray B 954, Rip One, all of those guys. Even Charmin, Stay High, Tracy, FDT, all those. Eva and Barbara. Yeah, those guys. It was all about wall writing. I don't think pieces were really big at that time.
Okay, what year did you actually start writing?
Probably 1971, around 71, because it was junior high school. And in junior high school, the markers might have been like 2 or 3 inches. It was, I don't know if it was the El Marco.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
those.
then we used to get the Zippo lighter casing and steal the erasers from school, cut the eraser and stuff it into the Zippo case, and get the purple ink out of the supermarket and flood it. And that's how kind of the wide writing started. But the thing about those the cigarette lighter cases, they was no click to seal it. So it's in your pocket and you got ink running down your pants, and.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how you started recognizing writers.
Okay, when you first start off, every writer has to come up with the name. So how did you come up with the name Butch 2?
Um, a lot of guys, I don't think you had to come up with a name. I think Graph was an extension of your ego. It's who you wanted to be. I'm, Cool Cliff. I'm Smooth B. It's who you wanted to be. It's creating an identity for yourself. You know, but once you take it on, you have to live up to it. You know what I'm saying? Butch was I had mentioned it was a cartoon character, and we looked it up. Bozo started in like 1959, and he had a little sidekick that was Butch. And I come from a family that likes to give everybody nicknames. Everybody has a nickname, and they named me Butch. So I went with Butch for a long time until graffiti got more popular. So now it's a few Butches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you write anything else, or was it always Butch? Did you have like any aliases?
Everybody had certain names. I had later on I wrote OWL, Owl, because it was a point in time where everybody was trying to shorten their names. Me and Solid, it was Owl and Soar. It was 3 letters, because everybody remembers the 2-letter guy, N, K-O. So it was a 3-letter thing. Owl, I think I wrote Nino 1, because Nino had that N. I think the N came from Spin. Spin had an N that just kind of, and I liked that N, so I created a name Nino. So I wrote Nino, Owl, and Butch.
Okay, so when you started out, were you writing solo, or did you roll with a crew at this time?
Back on Longfellow Avenue, I think I had Ray B's younger brother, Brian, used to write Jew 2, Jew 2. They lived up on Hoe Avenue. That was a few blocks, because I'm Longfellow, Bryant, Fail, Hoe. So that little neighborhood was kind of right, the park, Southern Boulevard. Jew 2, and there was this little guy, Casper. I don't know what happened to that guy, a Spanish guy, but he had he was white. So he used to write Casper.
Casper.
Yeah. It was me, Jew 2, and Casper.
Okay. Who was the first graffiti artist you met, and what was the best story of them that you had with them?
Who did I meet first? That's a hard question, because everything kind of just meshed. Because it was like, what you write. I don't think the concourse came till later, because I was in high school. But junior high school, it wasn't nobody. Well, the first one that I met probably was high school. Could have been Tracy. But everybody, it all came at once. I don't know. I can't give you a big story, but it was the concourse, because once I started going to high school, I used to take the 2 train, and that goes right past the concourse. So all the writers. So everything started happening at once. Guys just started linking up. Kendu was a big legend to me, because these guys, graffiti was a form of survival for these guys. For Kendu, I thought it was exciting. I thought it was adventure. Oh shit, stealing, running, hiding, climbing. I thought it was adventure. But later on, I realized these guys were surviving, to eating, to eat, to find a place to sleep. So Kendu, it might have been Kendu.
Okay.
Kendu.
What crews were you down with at this time?
Junior high school, I started Hitters Incorporated.
Who was all a part of that crew?
It was a few guys. It might have been one guy I know, Vol 56, and he stuck by me through some years. it was supposed to be the Hitters Association because at that time it was the Writers Incorporated, and that was Bambaataa and them. Because Bambaataa and them used to ride on the bus. Bronx River was right there. It was the Writers Association, the Writers Incorp. I'm sorry, and I was gonna do the Hitters Association, but I said nah, Hitters Association, that would be the Hitters' ass. So let me just go Hitters Incorp, and we started Hitters Incorp, and that's when we kind of 123 is like a block from the 6 train, you know. So we started seeing trains and shit. Hitters Incorp went to the 6 Boys and so on.
Okay, what year was TFP formed, and who were some of the original members of the Fantastic Partners?
That was formed about 73, 74. 73, 74. It was Solid, Bot, Kendu, me, Hash 161, Derby. It was OG2. Peace to OG, because he was like one of the brain. I call him the brainchild because he was more like the gel. He brings people together, and that's why we consider TFP to be like cousins to the Fabulous Five. Yeah, it was a small group. It was a small group. We didn't expand until later. It was supposed to be like a closed door, closed unit. I think I'm the one that came later with KASE. Yo, this is my boy. I want y'all to meet him, KASE. I'm gonna put him down.
Okay.
KASE too.
You became an early style master. Is that what made TFP want to put you down with the crew?
Not really. No, that style, because everybody was accepted for who they were. I think back then you need to just get up. You need to be seen, you need to be heard, you need to be known. You know, style, the evolution of style came along the way. You know what I'm saying? Nobody invented, I don't think invented, because people took their own creativity. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a test to see what you could do with your name.
Okay. So, how did you meet BOT707 and his brother Solid?
How did I meet those guys? It might have been Kendu. Because Kendu, I think, was staying with them because they lived down, and I'll put it like that, like down in Hunts Point. I'm talking about Simpson and Barretto and Tiffany. That's down in there. That's in there. That's how I call it. But we just started hanging out. Solid was my partner before everything.
Okay, what was your memories of Solid?
Cool. That was my boy. We hung out. Never no disagreements, because as friends you gotta bend and lean. You know what I'm saying? It's never nah. It's just like okay, you know. But then turn around, you might come up with something, and then I'll be like okay. So I think that's rare in having a partner, even in graph or in life. Certain people that are compatible, easy to get along with, willing to bend and lean. Solid was one of those guys.
Okay. Where were you when you found out about Solid's passing away, and what was the story behind his passing away?
I've heard certain things years later. I wasn't with him, and to this day I don't know where I was when that happened. I'm still getting bits and pieces of that story. Nothing I can confirm.
Okay.
Nothing I can confirm.
Okay. After his passing, is that when you became president of TFP?
Well, the way it goes is that the Fantastic Partners is supposed to be partners. Everybody's one and the same. Everybody's equal, alike. It's no press. You know, if you have an idea and somebody is leaning toward your idea, they go with you. You know, but it's nobody controlling. It's none of that. Yes, it's none of that.
Okay. Did you ever have any graffiti partners? And if so, who was it?
Oh, I had a few. I had Solid. You know, was my part. Well, a lot of times I would go to the layup alone, which is quicker, it's easier, you know. And I was just compelled at that time. I was just obsessed. But the people I've done pieces with, we might have been partners for that moment because that production would flow so smoothly. You know what I'm saying? I did pieces with KASE. KASE was a partner. KASE was another guy that he's one of those one-of-a-kind partners. Writers that I used to hang out with, Dez. I used to go down to Dez's project, and we never did pieces. We never did. I just asked. This was one of those good friend, and then he was Harlem, and I used to, Harlem is what is it, like an enigma, just something that just everybody love Harlem. You could just go down to Harlem and just walk around. And I used to go around Des way. Des was my partner. Bear 167. Who else did I write with? We had Scar 36. That was Gary. Even Stan. We used to go to Stan's house regular.
Okay. Stan 153?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you can't mention one without mentioning the other. So how did you end up meeting KASE?
We was hitting, and I think I told the story. We was hitting up on a 6 layup between Soundview and St. Lawrence. The trains are laid up, and we out there. It's early at night. People on the street can look up and see you doing pieces too. And the train, it was just easy then. And it was me, Kendu. It might have been, I don't know if, who else was there? I remember Kendu, because he was another one that was always there. It could have been BOT, it could have been Hydra. But we were all doing pieces and some type of production, 3-man cloud, something. And somebody stuck their head out the window, just looking. It was writing on the inside. And I'm like, yo, what you write? And he says, KASE 2. I said, yo, you know how to fill in? He says, yeah. I said, come down, come fill this piece in for me. Come help me out. He came down, so he had one arm, but that didn't stop nothing, didn't change nothing. And I think that he picked up spray paint that day. You got other people saying, oh, KASE said painted this and that. That's when I met him, and I think that paint had a mystical fucking...
magical effect on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the most memorable moment you had together?
I don't know. I remember this guy used to, he used to tickle my mother because he would call, Butch is your buddy. And then one time it was a Sunday morning and somebody's ringing the bell. Bam, 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 bam. You know, somebody's just intent or bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, yo, Butch, come down. So I come downstairs and it's like 3 or 4 cars. And it was, KASE was in the car, I think Flash and them was in the car, the Furious, a bunch of people, and they was all headed to some show at the amphitheater. And he was like, come on. And that was because I said, this guy gets up and everything.
Is this the same amphitheater from the movie Wild Style?
I'm not sure. I remember the record that was out was Luther Vandross, because the whole deal then, I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love, it was that. And I think they was doing, the Spades might have been doing some tribute to Lisa Lee and Pebbly Pooh and all the girls from Bronx River. But yeah, that was something, because this guy, I say, he always gets into something. Then he had a AJ and he had a Busy Bee, all the dudes.
Okay. What lines did you write on, and what was your favorite layup to hit?
We did the sixes. Sometimes we would ride up and down and look for certain cars. If we was doing a two-hole car, we needed to find married cars. Married cars just mean the numbers are sequential. 768, 769.
Okay.
Those cars are locked. And sometimes we would have to find that, or we would go to Baychester, which is up there in the Morris Park crew section, but we never had no problems with them. But then the thing about Morris Park, I think it had 20 years of soot.
Of what?
Soot.
What is that?
That shit that just from dirt and just.
Oh, okay. Like
soot.
grime and.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to paint in there, you come out, you would look like the work bum.
Oh wow.
You would be copper colored.
Oh, okay.
And this shit, it's almost like the pants, you need to throw them away. But yeah, Baychester was cool. Baychester's up. There was like one train parked up there. Morris Park, we would go hit the twos. Because I never went to Brooklyn. I had no need. The layups was right uptown. 2, 3, 4 stops. But we would go out to Brooklyn to hang out, sit at day writer's bench. Yeah, but right there. We always lived close to the layup.
Okay, did you king any lines?
For a minute, it was 5 and 2s.
and
We
twos?
came hard because they said that the 6 line was toy line. Oh, you guys think y'all kings of the 6? Ain't nobody over there. Sure, you the king, because you ain't nobody. So what we did, we banded the Butch, Kendu, Bond, and we came to the 5s. And I think we started hitting all the time. And we kind of took over that. The 5 and 2. Might have been for a minute, because remember, you had Blade, you had Common, Ajax, all those guys. And they were, Blade and them, they was hitting regular too. But then that's when Lee and them came out, and shit was on. Shit was on fire.
Okay. So, what do you think your peak year on the subways would be?
I don't know. I probably can't answer, because it's a lot of times when I came home in 1979, I was committed to college and trying to get my degree, but then you always got somebody knocking on the door like Kase, yo, Butch, come on, yo, come on. Or the ringing the bell, bam, 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 bam. And that would eventually drag me back into a graph until I get the bug. And then, oh shit, come on, let's go. Because that even spilled over into the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is way different now. Way different. But Kase, I think, like, because now you got to try to get a spot and you got to talk to certain people. I think it was about 5, 6 years in a row that Kase had a spot, and he had a spot for me. But I only went about twice.
Okay, so did you ever go to the writer's bench at 149th Street, and who were some of the guys you would always see at the bench?
Everybody's there. Everybody, you got a lot of the new cats that were just sitting there with black books, waiting for guys to come by. Oh, hey, oh shit, oh, yo, could you sign my book? That was the meeting place. But then you had a lot of guys that were taking the train to school. So the bench really got packed at 3:30, 4 o'clock. But everybody was there. It got to a point where they used to see us and kind of, guys used to leave. Because I'm not going to put no blame on nobody, but TFP became like troublemakers. They was robbing people and shit.
Kind of like the equivalents of what they said the ball busters was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. We seen you in the movie STYLEWARS. How did you get involved with that movie?
Kase had the guys with Henry Chalfant and all those other people. Who was it? Henry Chalfant? All those guys. Mark Cooper. And I think it was one of them days he just was, come on. And I came to his neighborhood. They had all the cameras set up and the lighting, and there's a piece somewhere where they had Kase walking through the project. I was sitting right there. And then that's when we went up to his house and sat at the kitchen table. They set up the cameras. They took us to Morris Park. cameras and everything. I think I'm the only guy that said, well, what are we getting for this? You know what I'm saying? That was Star Wars. Yeah, we didn't get paid, but at early hip hop, everybody was just happy to be on TV, being in a magazine, being on something. Oh, yo, you see that? Oh shit, he was on this, and I saw that. And everybody was happy about that. But meanwhile, you had people behind the scenes that was plotting on how to manufacture this into a product and sell it. Yeah.
Okay. What was the best part of filming, and was there any inside stories that went down while shooting?
Nah, just I think I was just there. If you noticed and you saw Star Wars, I wasn't hawking the camera. I'm part of the whole production. Whatever Case was saying is probably what we had discussed. So he's telling you, giving you the culmination of a cipher that we might have had or something like that. But it was about Case, and I was glad for him, and that was my boy.
Okay. You painted with Dez and Scheme a few times back in the days. How did y'all meet, and what stories do you have of them?
Pass.
Okay. I heard a story that after you retired from writing, and Case started slowing down, that he put Cento down and gave him power to start putting people down. What was your thought on that?
I'm fine with it. I met Cento. Matter of fact, he had called Cento the Admiral or something. I spoke to Cento yesterday. All due respect, Case passed away. He gives me my respect. We talked yesterday. He's in Hawaii. We discussed a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I got a bunch of fat tops because he was trying to enlighten me to the new paint game with the precious and the caps.
The tips.
Yeah, he sent me giant envelope full of caps. He sends me pictures of walls down there. I was good with it. All the members weren't. I'm gonna pass on that story, but it goes a little deeper. It goes a little deeper. But I'm all for it. The man, the Case put blood, sweat, and tears in TMP.
Wait. You can't give us potatoes and take away the steak. You gotta give us... No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, Case put blood, sweat, and tears in, so I respect pretty much what he did. When it was time to step back, he did that. But if we ain't around, and we not painting, and we not coming to no events, it's nothing you can say.
I feel you on that.
But you get some people that are not relevant that will try to ride the coattail of fame. Doesn't always work.
Okay, what's your craziest raid or chase story that you can tell, and who's with you?
We never really we got raided, but we had ways to get out. If you underground in the subway, there's a staircase that leads to a big fucking yellow. We had that. If we up on the L, we knew how to get through the track to come down the L pole. At my home station, which is Tremont, we had the keys. So we used to lock our paint in the sandbox. But some of the greatest chases was getting raided in stores.
Oh, okay.
Because after a while, these guys, and I told you about Alfred, Vote 56, that's my boy. He was one of I call him the henchman. He was one of the henchmen, but these guys are not going after one or two cans. These guys, he'll go in there with a suitcase. And no qualms, whistling. Oh, that's we're the reason why they built these cages for paint. We're the reason why you have the Metro card as opposed to tokens. I had newspaper articles about the token game My cousin had made over $1 million still in token. But anyway, we would go into stores and they would try to lock us in. Oh shit, there they go, lock the doors, call the cops. And we would have to like bowl our way out. And this happened in Long Island, Queens, you know what I'm saying? So those are some of the stories. We wasn't taking no for an answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who was TFP's biggest competition or rivalries back on the trains when y'all was painting?
No real. The biggest competition, you know, is the Fabulous Five, but rivalries, we got along with people. We got along with everybody.
Okay, did y'all ever battle anyone on the subways?
On the low, you look at some of KASE, because somebody mentioned that me and KASE do pieces. It's clean, clear cut, humble. But then when KASE goes off on his own and does something with Little Corrado, LK, or somebody, this man goes crazy. Computer style. And somebody said, yo, he never tried to burn you, Butch. But he does this thing, KASE, it's always underlying competition, always. You want other people to be judges, though. Oh shit, yo, KASE did his thing, man. But it's always underlying competition, but that keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even today. You go piecing and somebody's walking by looking, you want them to stop and look at your shit and point out, oh shit, I like that S, the way you blended that, yo. So now you waiting for them to come next to you. Yeah, it's always competition.
Okay, I think we covered everything. Is there anything that you want to cover that you think we might have missed that we haven't already covered?
Nah, just like what it's like the Constitution. They say you have the right to whatever KASE said took charge, and you can only do that when there's no one to debate, and that's where and like I said, a lot of stuff started when we were kids. And I saw a post of, it was a white guy from Queens or something. He was saying about we was kids and we hung out every day and we went to the layup and we drew and we had ciphers. But when you grow up, it changes. You working, you got kids, you married, you got responsibilities. So you have to figure out what you're gonna do. If you over here and you're taking care of life, don't beef about Graf and what this guy's doing. Maybe that is his life. Because remember, KASE was disabled. That's his life. Mm-hmm. Let that, and be proud that you was able to give him that. The man found a new life in art. You sitting over there, beef? Oh, nah. Keep it real, man. Pretty much. If that's like, I would say the president. You want to run the fucking world, but you can't do that on the island fishing. You have to be there. You got to be in it. You have to, oversee. So what he did was fine with me. But when we came back on the scene, what he did was kind of try to merge it. He can't just, okay, Central, you're out now. Thanks, but bye. He didn't do that. It was a merge. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is always to just see what he's, hang out, let's go piecing, let's do a wall. It worked out fine with me. You know what I'm saying? My man KASE took TFP to another level. Got guys all over the country and shit.
The world.
The world, yeah. Yes. Yeah. But he got a little big though. But I think it happens. People get their ego. Sometimes you just get an ego, and KASE started to becoming a crazed monster with the Graf. But I love him. That's my man.
Okay, we come to the last portion of the video. It's called 7 Deadly Sins. This is where I ask you, if you was in a battle and you had to choose 7 of the best
Colors?
graffiti artists to back you to form a super team with you, who would your 7 writers be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
KASE.
Okay, that's 1.
Because KASE has got some shit for you. And then with that Fade, Shirt King Fade.
Okay, that's 2.
Who else was pretty nice?
Phase 2.
Yeah, I'll take Phase.
Okay, that's 3.
Who else was really...
These are your 7, man. You got 3.
And I'm asking me. I'm not asking you. I'm asking me. Because is there 7?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or do I just want to put somebody to have him on the bench? But if he's on the bench, when is he going to be called up to paint? You know, but then, you know, I'd have Lee and
Lee,
those guys.
That's 4.
I would take Slave Got Good.
That's 5.
Chain 3.
That's 6.
And
who's your last one?
the Dap got a little style. Dap,
I appreciate that.
Dap can paint.
Hey, y'all, the king. He said it himself.
But you know, it's not always about your capabilities or but it's your involvement.
Yeah.
I left out part.
Oh yeah.
And reading them
part, yeah.
Because these guys get involved.
Okay.
Because you can start out talking, oh yeah, because this F man, but then all of a sudden you don't hear shit, and you look around, where the fuck your part? This nigga's in his shit, and you be like, oh shit, yo, hello, and he be like, your part. I painted next to this guy, and he gets absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something, yeah, of course, part. He then became the king of the blend.
Mm-hmm. All right, on that note, any last words or shout outs?
It's not 7. It's about 9 or 10, man. Once you can open the Pandora's box.
The floodgates.
Yeah, it's no 7. It's more than 7.
Yeah.
Or if not, it's just Butch and KASE.
Man, I accept it. All right, thanks for the interview. Butch 2, TFP.
Yes, sir. Graph.